Hi, welcome to the PythonMailer recurring and scheduled email handling platform. And it is the highest performance recurring and scheduled email handling system that's out there. So there are the two main functions, the two main reasons to use a scheduled and recurring email system like PythonMailer would be again, to send reminders, repeated reminders, invoices, messages, etc. And the other primary purpose might be to send regular and recurring social media content, which is updated by email. I believe this is the login. Yes. So when you log in to the PythonMailer system, you will notice a scheduled emails module, and this is your primary module here. And next to it, you'll notice a calendar module. The calendar is a great way to get a visual overview of the schedule of your messages for any particular block of time. Right now, we haven't scheduled any messages, or I may have one message scheduled already. Let's see. So we'll probably only have one message. No? Oh, yes, we do. Earlier I scheduled one message, and you can see what a scheduled message looks like visually using the calendar function. Your calendar would populate with more and more messages as you add them to the queue. So let's go to back to our dashboard. But the scheduled email module is really the main module you'll be using. Let's go ahead and enter. When you enter the scheduled emails module, you'll come to a message list window. The first thing you'll see. And this is where your messages that you compose, your email messages, will appear as you compose them. You'll find also a link to the calendar, a contacts button, and the very important and frequently used compose new message button. Down below, you'll have a list of the messages you already have composed and running. You can see that this message is currently running. If I wanted to pause it, I could pause this message by pressing on the pause message button. If I want to continue, I'll resume. If you have a number of messages, later, as you'll see, you could pause all pending messages. Let's say, for example, a user needed to modify all messages or to suspend the messages for some critical reason. You could do that for all the messages, make your edits, your modifications, and then resume them. So let's resume our messages. In the upgraded version of PythonMailer, you have the ability to export your queue of emails as a CSV file. That's a standard format that you can use the user can edit those emails offline, make modifications, and then re-import them. This is a very handy feature for power users with the upgraded system. Users who would like to archive their email queue, or who would like to export it, make some changes, and then re-import without having to manually add them again to the message list. But let's go ahead and make a message just for this first introductory video so you can see how to create your first message. Create your first message in PythonMailer. Go to, on dashboard, compose new message. This will take you to your message edit window. The user's time zone selection is available here in this pull down menu, allowing the user to select a time zone relative to their system time. So the user may want a message to go out to be scheduled according to, say, Pacific Standard Time. Let's say you have colleagues in Los Angeles, you need to send a queue of emails to them on a recurring basis. You might select Pacific Standard Time. For your friends in Berlin, well, you might select European Central Time, if that's Berlin, or in Africa, wherever. This pull-down menu allows the user to select the sending time. The message edit pane is pretty straightforward. We could, you can add your name, and this, in some demo systems, this is already pre-filled for the user. The from email, this is our user email, which we already used to log into the system. And we could select a recipient. How about Camerado at camerado.com? Camerado is the company that has produced PythonMailer, Camerado Digital. You can see some of their projects at camerado.com. Here we go. You can add your CC if you like, BC blind CC. Subject line, hi, sending invoice. Number 3, month of February, for example. So your subject line is straightforward. This is a standard WYSIWYG interface that I'm sure many of you have seen before, allowing you to enter your text, to modify it as bold, make it italic, bullet points, etc., add links. But let's just send a simple message for now as a demo. Here is the invoice for February. Thanks for your timely payment. Okay, the misspelled. Very simple. We could make it bold if we wanted. We could italicize and so forth. So let's go ahead and schedule this email. This is the primary powerful purpose of the email, of scheduled and recurring email platform. We could choose to send the email now if you wanted to. You could also save it as a draft, but let's go ahead and schedule it. When you press the schedule button, it brings you to the message. Well, it says message edit. This is the scheduling component of the message edit window. You have two basic options. Option 1, adding a single date. We could select a single date, and your date would populate in this window. We can add the single date to the list, but let's clear that, and let's create a recurring message. Let's say we want to send this message starting tomorrow until a year from now. This tenant, let's imagine we have a tenant with a 1-year lease. We could choose, so we've selected a span of about 1 year. This message will be sent on a recurring basis from this start time to this ending time. And now we select our frequency. We can select every 15 days, every 3 days, every day, every 7 days, and so forth. Or we could select days of the week. We can select any one of the days of the week: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. If you have a daily reminder, you might select every single day, or you could select frequency here, every day. If you wanted to send it only on select days, you might have a certain message for a Tuesday, Friday update, and in which case you would select those dates. This function allows the user, the sender, to randomize the time that the message is being sent. Available to the upgraded users as far as we have it configured currently. And the user might select randomized messages within 10 plus or minus 10 minutes to provide the organic sending experience. Instead of the email appearing to come from a complete robot automated system, you might want to randomize it to create a more organic sending schedule. Now that we've selected our dates, we can go ahead and add them to the list. should be generating our dates. So the dates are generated based upon the start date of the email until the ending date, and with the details of the frequency, days of the week being selected below. Now that we have our email queue established, we can go ahead and save and schedule. And now you can see the message list window is updated. Sending invoice number 3, month of February, now appears, and we have our from name, the recipients, the next schedule, and you can see this message is ready to go. It's in the queue. If for some reason I needed to edit it, make a change, I could do so by pressing the edit button. Okay, so as you can see, we've been able to edit our email, and we can add it back into our queue again, save and schedule. And you can see it goes back to our message list. Here's the newly, freshly edited email, set to recur on a regular basis according to the time zone we selected. If we wanted to, we could pause it. If we wanted to, we could pause all the pending messages. But usually or often you only need to select or to pause certain messages, maybe to be updated or edited. And that's about it for the basic functionalities of the PythonMailer recurring and scheduled email handling platform. There are advanced functions as well that I'll get into on a future video, including one of the power functions we have available for the advanced upgraded users, the ability to export your message queue as a CSV file. That lets you archive your messages, gives you the ability to edit them offline. You could take your queue of messages and edit them on the beach or wherever, and come back later and re-import them, so you wouldn't have to enter them again manually. So it's a great way to archive your messages, or to share your queue, or to make bulk modifications and then re-import. So we'll get into the export import functions on a future video. Again, this is the PythonMailer recurring and scheduled email handling system produced by Camerado Digital. And if we have a basic demo version available for free, you can get more information at PythonMailer.com. Users can go and utilize the system for free without a subscription on a limited demo basis. But for users who, when they find they need and want the super powerful, upgraded, high performance features of the full-fledged PythonMailer system, you can drop us a line to get a complete turnkey install on your own server, which is the ultimate in the PythonMailer system, allowing complete privacy, complete security, and all operating off of a very robust Python Django framework. And so for users who are just trying us out, go ahead and use the demo. When you find you need to harness the complete power of the PythonMailer system, drop us a line. Again, www.pythonmailer.com. And thanks for checking us out. We hope you enjoy the platform and find a lot of uses for it, as we have. PythonMailer is a Camerado Digital production, and we'll talk to you soon.